Hello everybody, welcome to Brighton, Colorado. It's like 80 degrees out here right now. I just finished a 6-mile run and I'm about to do a workout. But while I'm doing that workout, I'm actually going to commentate over the workout about how to run a faster 5K. I'm probably the fastest guy who hasn't broken 15 yet in the 5K. That's a weird way to put it, but essentially I've never broken 15. I race most of the time at altitude, but I have broken 15 in a half marathon, and I ran like 14:30 at the San Jose half marathon for my first 5K. Ended up dying and ended up finishing like 1:06:20 or something. But essentially, I've run a fast 5K, but not officially. You probably don't even count that, but yeah. So I'm the fastest. I keep saying slowest. I am a slow 5K. I'm the fastest 5K runner who has not broken 15 yet. That's why I'm convinced of that. Prove me wrong in the comments below. Also, if you guys are enjoying this channel, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And let's take a look at my track I'm going to be running on. It's an 800-meter gravel dirt track. So essentially, it's almost exactly 800 meters. It's perfect. So I'm doing 800-meter repeats today. I'm going to be doing them close to about 10 to 15K race pace. So that means right about 230 per 800-meter. 800-meter segment, and then also I'm gonna get about 1:30 to 2 minutes rest. I want to hit pace today, so if I'm falling off pace a little bit, not feeling good today, then I'm gonna start hitting 2 minutes instead. So while I'm doing that, again, I'll just be commentating right over it, and I'm gonna be giving you guys those 5 tips to run a faster 5K.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
From the beginning.
This place, that'll rock this place, that'll rock this place, rock this place, rock this place, rock this
Alright, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video so far. I definitely put a lot of work into it. So if you enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button. So let's kind of dive right in. So the gear for training that you're going to need is going to be flats, maybe spikes. Maybe an old pair of spikes for those quicker speed days, but a pair of old flats being more important with the longer workouts. This will prevent you from hurting yourself, and if you're always wearing spikes on the track, for example. Maybe even a lighter pair of trainers instead of flats if you're really worried about hurting yourself with those longer workouts. No need for water on training runs yet, really, and gels, no need for those as well. So that will be step number 1, or tip number 1. Alright, let's kind of dive right into gear for racing. If you are running on the track, I recommend a fresh pair of spikes for those track races. So either a middle distance pair, like what you'd use in like a 2 mile, 1 mile, but only really if you're running the mile, and if you don't have calf problems. So if you're doing a more of a longer distance stuff like the 2 mile and the 5K, or maybe the 5K and the 10K, definitely get a pair of long distance spikes. The difference being the heel, there's more of a heel, there's more, the spike plate's a little bit different as well, the weight's a little bit different, and there's a little bit more cushion into a longer distance spike. If you're running, if you're using them for cross-country race, then you will want flats or cross-country spikes. Flats are better if you run tons on the gravel or harder surfaces. Cross-country spikes are probably going to be something if you're going over half your races on the grass or softer surfaces. If you're running on the roads, just a light trainer. If you are afraid of lowering your cushioning down too much, or again, flats, for a fresh pair of flats, where you might get a little more beat up, but it's still very doable to wear flats. So it also depends on how fast you want to be. Flats are definitely the fastest option on the roads. So racing trails is very rare, but sometimes you might have a trail 5K, and I'm going to recommend a good pair of trail shoes, obviously, but a pair of trail shoes where you are not going to be afraid to go around corners and so on. So not a whole lot of cushioning, something very responsive. You can kind of maybe even feel the ground a little bit through them as well. No gels or water really needed in these races as well. All right, we're moving through these pretty quickly because I want to get you guys back to that video and maybe edit in some more music. But let's talk a little bit more about training as I stumble over some words. As I was saying earlier, there will be longer workouts, even longer runs in general, compared to the 2 and 1 mile training. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, then check out the videos in the cards above. I'll post both the 2 and the 1 mile videos that came before in this series. I really believe this is where the threshold workouts gain more importance. I ran a 509 on a 180 meter indoor track at 6,000 feet with nothing but threshold work fairly recently, I guess last year. And so this just shows that threshold work is like one of the most crucial workouts in my opinion. Also, critical velocity gains more importance in this than it did in the 2 mile. So critical velocity is very close to threshold, just maybe a little bit quicker. VO2 max workouts stay pretty similar to the 2 mile training, maybe even a little bit less important. Overall mileage, you're probably going to want to raise it up a little bit if you can handle it. So that's kind of the breakdown for training. Let's move on to race strategy. I typically divide it up into 3 parts. The easy way to do it really is just go by each mile. Like the 2 mile, you want to go out relatively easier, but you don't want to fall asleep midway through. So that's the 2nd mile. The last mile, you really want to be pushing. So the last mile, you're kind of, that's where the race really starts. But then the last like 400 to 800 is time to make moves really. So I've run sub 60 seconds in the last 400. When I went through the last 400 though, I was pretty much on a dead sprint in the 400. So definitely something to keep in mind, that you can go pretty aggressive from the 400. And I did win that 5K. So 400 meter dead sprint, still an effective strategy, I guess. So kind of go into what to expect now for during and after. Again, probably won't hurt too much in the 1st mile, but hold back just a little bit. Then the 2nd mile, you're going to be battling with your mind a little bit more. And then the 2nd mile, maybe beginning of the 3rd mile, is going to be the hardest part in my opinion. That's where you really have to stay mentally tough and really start pushing. After you won't feel a whole lot, like after the race, you're not going to feel a whole lot of lactic burn in your legs or arms or anything like that, but more just fatigue and breathing hard and just uncomfortable feeling. So that's kind of what to expect before and after. I try to make it really quick so I can get back to the video and try to give you guys some really good tips in this 5K as well. If you found value in these tips, don't forget to smash that like button, not hit it, smash it, and then hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it to be notified when I release my 10K video next week, all on how to run a faster 10K and those 5 tips as well. If you want a better breakdown of the workout, then stick around to the end for more on that. I'll catch you guys at the end of the video. Enjoy.